Hello, hello. Hello and welcome to the Wise Owl paint page. Shh. Unbelievable. I am Calle and I am the owner and painter at Calle's ReDesigns. And today I wanted to, well, there's a couple things that I wanted to do today. I apologize for Brody barking. Of course, he hasn't barked all day or all week, but there's that. So let me know when you're here, when you've hopped on. Welcome to the Wise Owl paint page, like I was saying. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So I had a couple projects that we were going to do together today in my workspace, but my workspace is like, it has exploded. Lots of different projects trying to finish up before the holidays for customers. So today I thought it would be kind of fun to just do a craft. So welcome. So if this is your first time on the Wise Owl paint page, welcome. We love having you here. And we also would love for you to say hi and let us know where you're from. I am located, I have a shop in Crown Point, Indiana. So I am a very proud Wise Owl retailer. Just a minute. Brody, stop. Can you see him? Can you, that's what I'm dealing with. That is my golden doodle. And he's barking at our garage, our garbage can, way out off into the driveway, and that bothers him. So they must have just come and picked it up. Sorry. So anyway, today we're going to do some fun crafting, and I'm going to show you just some fun things with different Wise Owl products to just create. What I want you to take from this today is that what I'm working on, you can apply this to so many different projects and of course to your furniture. So I'm working on a small project, but you can take this and run with it, okay? So here is what we're working with today. This is an old Hutch window. Perhaps you have seen the secretary that I just finished, and you can go, if you haven't, you can go hop on over on my page at Calle's ReDesigns. It's a secretary, and of course it had the Hutch top. I was obsessed with using the base with some beautiful mint decoupage papers, and boom, I went crazy with it, and with all the Wise Owl paints and glazes that you can imagine. It turned out really, really pretty. So go check that out. But Brody, please, no. No. So anyway, this is one of the windows that was from the top. So I want to use them. I love using windows, first of all types. Old vintage windows, antique windows, windows, pieces from furniture. Use it. You'd be surprised how many things you can create with the unwanted, the scrap pieces of furniture. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be moving you around a little bit, but the nice thing is that I am really close and I can see you. So hi, Danielle. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Sab. Tell me how to pronounce your name, please. I would love to know. It's very, very pretty. Hi, Mary. Ocean Springs, beautiful. And hi, Kim. How are you, girl? Susan is here. Teresa. Welcome, everybody. The Wise Owl paint page. We love you. We want you to learn something, to see our amazing products. We love for you to say hello. We love to hear where you're from. Okay. All right. Crafting today, creative crafting. What I'm going to do first is I am going to flip this over. Let me show you. So right here, just so you can tell what we're dealing with, this is the grate. I'm not sure what this is called. I should have checked. This beautiful wood trim is on the outside. Sometimes it's on the inside. Most times when you're dealing with older furniture, it's going to be on the outside. Sometimes it's really hard to deal with, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for painting it. I'm going to do that. Oftentimes, if I'm painting the entire piece of furniture, I will remove all of this trim, and that will release this, okay? But we're crafting today, so I don't need to get too crazy, okay? And plus, again, I'm going to show you an easy way to avoid that huge step, if you can. I have already cleaned this. I used our Easy Green Remover furniture cleaner, and I just gave it a light cleaning. Then I gave it a scuff sanding, and then I just wiped it clean, and then I cleaned the glass. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to get you located a little bit better so you can see more. And what we're going to do first is I am going to be using our Wise Owl matte varnish. We have matte and we have satin, and we have quartz and we have pint pluses. So we have got you covered in the varnish area, okay? We also have 1 hour enamel clear coat, and that is also fantastic in so many, many ways. But this is going to be perfect for my craft today, and I thought matte would be the perfect touch, okay? All right, so I have my glass turned over. I'm gonna get you located a little bit better, and pardon me. And this way I should, if I planned it all right, still be able to see your comments. That would be awesome, right? Okay, let me make sure that I've got it the right direction. All right, so it actually goes this way. All right, and again, I'm flipping it. Okay, so we're gonna do some fun window crafting today. All right, the first thing that I wanna do is I'm going to apply this gorgeous decoupage paper, and I'm going to be using the Wise Owl varnish as my medium, okay? These papers, well, this paper and more are by ReDesigns, so ReDesigns decoupage papers, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and I am a retailer if you're interested. But I thought this would be really, really pretty as a beautiful pop of color, just a subtle hint of color underneath the window. Okay, so we're going to apply this with the Wise Owl varnish. So what you want to do first is you want to take your paper and figure out your design, figure out how you want it to look. So there are beautiful birds and gorgeous scripting plus florals. So you can do whatever you want. You can cut this all up really, really nice, or this pattern just happens to just be like perfect. So I don't have to do too much. I do know that I want these beautiful birds to be the highlight, and this greenery and this floral I think will be absolutely perfect right there. So not a whole bunch of thought with that. Okay, so what I like to do See if there's anybody else hopping on. If I do miss any of your questions, I promise I will come back right after the live and for a while and check things out. See if you have any questions or concerns. Okay, because I may miss them a little bit. All right, what I like to do is I like to cheat. I hold my paper down firmly, and then I just create an easy crease that I can follow, and that will be the way that I trim this paper up. So can't get much easier than that. Now let's talk about, while I'm doing this, let's talk about the Wise Owl varnish. So it is a crystal clear resin. Okay, if you've been following Wise Owl, you already know about this amazing product, and we use it in so many ways. Okay, we use it as well, its main thing was to be used as a way to seal and protect the top of your paint. So it will create a beautiful top coat for our Wise Owl chalk synthesis line. Okay, or glazes, or any of our products. So it's a wonderful top coat. This table that you see, this is my kitchenette table, and this has been painted with, actually with our 1 hour enamel paint, and then I have top coated it with 2 coats, not that I needed to, but I used 2 coats of our Wise Owl varnish on top of it, just to give it extra durability, especially because I do things like this. I craft on here once in a while, and I'm just going to move this additional paper, which I can use on something else, over to the side. Okay, it has, the Wise Owl varnish has, where's my brush? Crystal clear resin. You've got to be kidding, it's all the way over there. It has a crystal clear resin, so it'll never yellow. And it's just absolutely fantastic for any project. So, especially decoupage. So you will notice that Wise Owl retailers use this quite often because it's the best decoupage medium around, because it's so thin and it's so easy to work with. So what I'm doing is I'm using the varnish. I'm applying it with one of my very favorite brushes by Wise Owl. I love it because it's flat. I love it because it's angled. And it's the perfect size. And I use it often. I'm not very nice to my brushes, but they're nice to me, so that's important. It is called the 2-inch micro angle brush. And yep, it's my favorite for any flat surface. And then of course for applying my decoupage medium, my varnish to seal my furniture and all that. I use it all the time. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my paper face down, okay? Because I want it to be facing and under the glass. Okay, and I'm doing that because of that the wood trim there. I want to definitely use that to be, you know, to decorate. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Hold on, my brain is just completely gone. What I'm doing is I am lightly pushing those air bubbles out to the sides. It's super easy. it looks like right here, I don't know how well you can see, but I think right here I may have missed some application. So what I can do is just take a little pin and I can lightly brush in some of the varnish and I will be good to go. All right. This is just part of what we're doing. The rest is going to be painting and adding beautiful decorative glazes. It's going to be really fun. Okay, so I'm just going to, I fold my paper back. Fold my paper back and I just apply the glaze, the varnish. And then I will just, I'll be a little bit more careful this time so that I have total application. And I like to just work in small areas at a time. And again, you can do this on furniture. So you can apply your paper with our varnish straight to your furniture or glass or whatever surface you are interested in, okay? All right, so see, working in small areas is very helpful because then you can just push those air bubbles right out to the side with minimal wrinkles. Okay, and I got a little bit more, and then I'm gonna flip this baby over and we're gonna start getting into the paint, okay? So welcome. If you're just hopping on, I am Calle, and I am the owner and creator at Calle's ReDesigns. I'm a Wise Owl retailer. I love all of the Wise Owl products because you can have so much fun getting creative because their products are not only fantastic, but that they have so many products to choose from. So you can really just have a really good time and get your creativity going. That's what we're gonna do today. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take a sharp edge of the scissor and just make a tiny little hole, and then I'm gonna lightly allow some of that varnish to go underneath and then work out the air bubble. And bring it off to the side. Okay. Now what I will do, I'm going to leave this alone, and then I will come back and I will seal it after I'm finished with our next step, okay? So you want to leave your paper to do its thing, and this is what we have going on. Now already it's pretty, right? Okay, and I could leave it like this, absolutely. All right, it's kind of got a beautiful rustic look, and this would fit in your decor easily. Okay, but we're going to have some fun with paint. Like I said, I'm going to close up my varnish and get it out of the way so that I don't spill it all over me, because that will happen. All right, so let me see if I've missed any. Hello, Gabriella. Hello, Tracy. Hi, Karen. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Here's a fun little trick, okay? I want to paint this wood. I want to paint the exterior of the window as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some parchment paper. I'm just rip some off. Okay, now this is a very handy trick if you are painting. Let's say you're painting a frame and you have glass, or you're painting a mirror. Okay, you can take your parchment paper right up to your edge and push it underneath your frame. It works really, really well. You can also use a deck of cards. That works fantastic. And the other trick that I have is like when you're using like ReDesign with Prima transfers or any transfers, you can take the plastic part and push that under as well. All right, well, I can't do that today, but what I can do, let's cut this weird edge off. What I can do is just cut it into pieces. And this may seem very strange, but when you paint a lot, you try to come up with easy peasy ways of getting around a dilemma, okay? So see what I'm doing? I'm just slipping my parchment paper right in there and under, boom, okay? And I'm just gonna do that with each piece until I get the sections taken care of. So I'm covering up so that I can paint and I don't have to worry about getting it on the glass. Now, getting it on the glass is not a big deal at all, right? Chalk paint, which is what we're using today, is, let me come down here a little bit. It feels weird. Okay, that's better. Chalk paint will easily, you can take a straight edge of any sort, and you can literally just lightly scrape it after you're completely finished with your project. So that's not the problem. The problem is oftentimes when you do these, and if you can't remove it, if you get paint underneath, you know, so I just started painting on and I was gonna use a straight edge to remove the chalk paint. The underneath looks really bad. So when you open up the door, you'll have some paint and some, it's gonna look very sloppy. So this is a really good tip, okay? All right, yeah, great idea, right? Kind of fun. So, like I said, I just take my parchment paper or a deck of cards and I just put these pieces underneath until I have it all covered up, and it doesn't take long at all. And I'm not necessarily going to do each section for you because I like to be quick videos. All right, and you can see right here we're even missing a little bit of wood. All right, so that's another reason to get some paint out and get creative. See how easy this is? So easy. Super easy tips and tricks. That's what I'm here for today. Because I can't take you into my workspace because it looks like a madman is in there today. Somebody painting like she has never painted before. I've got maybe 5 projects going on all at the same time. And they're not little pieces. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So if you like to hop on over at my page, I do often do tutorials on there as well. So you can always join me and see what I'm working on. And hopefully I inspire you with our Wise Owl paints there as well. Sorry, I probably look like a crazy person doing this. Moving around so quick. Okay, do I have you guys at a pretty good angle? I hope there isn't any glare or anything. I would love for you to be able to see what we're doing because it's kind of fun. Kind of fun. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. Okay, so I mean, you can work with larger pieces, of course, absolutely. But you kind of see how easy it is for me to just throw them in and underneath and get the job done nice and quick, right? All right, one more and I am ready to go. Ready to get started. Okay, and I didn't do a perfect job, but I did a good enough job. All right, thank you, Danielle. All right, so that was just parchment paper. Okay, easy peasy. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, that's what I want to do. That's what I want you guys to do. Have some fun. So I'm going to just take. I just have a paper plate here. Okay, plastic plates are better. Okay, paper plates are what I happen to find. And I'm going to use a couple of my favorite colors. Okay, don't look at my can, but they look bad. This is chocolate. Chocolate. Everybody loves chocolates. And I'm going to pour a little bit of chocolate into my plate. Oh, sorry, I should probably do that with you looking. All right, trying to avoid getting it on my table as much as I can. Very helpful, right? And because this is super fun, we're gonna add my salt wash. And I call it my salt wash today because, oh my goodness, I use it all the time. It's not my salt wash. You can purchase salt wash in this large container. It's 42 ounce or a 10 ounce container. Of course, through Wise Owl, we are proud salt wash retailers as well. Oh my goodness, it's one of these days. Okay, so here's the 10 ounce size. So if you've never used salt wash, this is like the perfect size to start off with. But then let me tell you, if you are a furniture painter, you're gonna wanna get the large because it goes, oh my goodness, so far, and you can have so much fun. There's like no limit to the creativity with salt wash. So salt wash is a paint texture. Looks like so. I've only applied just a small amount of our Wise Owl chocolate, tiny bit. And you want to do about a 50-50 ratio, 1-to-1. So I am just gonna see if that is good. I will know if it's good after I start stirring it up. Now if it gets too thick, you're gonna add more paint. Don't add water. Water doesn't, it's not suggested to add water. You're better off just adding some more paint. You want to get it to the thickness that you desire. Kind of depends on what you're doing with it, what kind of texture you're creating. Doesn't that look delicious? Why do you think we call it chocolate? It is chocolate. All right, just want to get all of that powder mixed in. Sometimes I like to tap it. All right, so let's see my consistency. Pretty good, not bad. Could go a little bit thicker and just add a little tiny bit more, and I mean tiny. I almost had it right. Yes, Tiffany, the small container is just a great way to start off, and it allows you, I think that's what you're talking about, it allows you to play and get acquainted with the salt wash, but it's very easy, very user-friendly, and yeah, we love adding it to our Wise Owl paint. I've decorated pumpkins and Christmas ornaments, tons and tons and tons of furniture. I don't even know how many times I've used the salt wash by now. All right, so now we've got some good thickness going on. And I am going to grab one of my smaller brushes. Okay, this is an R12. I'm going to work with an R12 today, Klingon, because I'm working with a small surface. And what I want to do, just to be cool and creative, I want to, hi Joan, hi Tiff, hi Leslie, I want to add, there we go, making sure you guys can see. I want to add some of the salt wash mixture, kind of like here and there and everywhere. Now, I'm just being really careful that, there we go, perfect, got it. But what I like to do is I like to do kind of a dabbing motion. Pardon that noise, that can be very aggravating, I suppose. All right, and what I'm doing is creating a fun texture for the next step, okay? And like I said, you can apply this technique that I'm showing you today to so many, many different craft projects and to your furniture. The sky is the limit. So you brush it on, I brush it on, that's what I like to do first. And then once I have the right amount, then I just do a little stippling action. All right, so far I am using the color chocolate. And wherever my paint is going to be overlapping, I just make sure that my parchment paper is right there. And you don't have to worry about any cleanup at all once you're done. I'm going to bring some of this over here. Now, so yeah, I'm using chocolate over a dark wood right now. And this is literally, I'm trying to, I don't know that I can say I'm doing it because I was doing it on dark wood, but that's kind of what inspired me, was the look of it already. Like I said, it already looked kind of pretty. Can I show you guys something? Let me wipe that away. Right here at the very edge, it goes like that. That had to be glued yesterday, okay? I used just some wood glue. This was kind of wonky and separating, and if it would have continued to separate, the glass would have fallen out. So that may be another reason that I didn't use this Hutch top on my furniture piece. I just decided I was going to use it as a craft. But the fun thing is that this salt wash mixture can completely hide that, okay? So you can use salt wash for several different things, hiding mistakes, hiding, just like I said, some wonky areas in your furniture, okay? Like this, right there. Let me see if I can bring you a little closer. I don't know why I can't. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of my mixture. Don't really need that much, my goodness. That was a little bit of overkill, but it works. So I like to just keep it going random. Just over there. All right, and wherever you're adding your salt wash texture, you just make sure you have your parchment paper underneath Salt wash too acts as a primer. So yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult to remove from your glass. So there's that. All right, so I'm almost finished with my texture. This is just to add more. I like to add more. Adding more to every detail, I think, just creates some fun looks, some unique fun looks that you just don't get everywhere. All right, I could have mixed up a little bit more. I was a little bit could have mixed a little more. Yeah, I think I will. Real quick, so you'll see how quick and easy we can do that. Let's add a little bit more. Okay, just a tiny bit. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna mix it up. Let me see if there's any questions. Hi, Alexis. Hey, Carol. Hi, Anita. Welcome. So we're just getting creative with some, this is an old Hutch window. I took the Hutch top and I'm going to be using that part of it for something else, but I am using the windows for some wall decor, and I've used the bottom, the secretary area, and I did some really pretty stuff to that. You can check that out on my page. It is a secretary that I've painted and added decoupage paper to, and I made it look like an old car because that's the decoupage theme by Michelle. And oh my goodness, I love it. And yes, I use salt wash on that as well. Salt wash and Wise Owl paints. All right, we're almost finished with this part. Now I have plenty of paint. Pardon the noise. Okay, and yeah, you can add a stippling like I am to just create some fun texture, which is very helpful for the next step. Or you can use a different texture, you know, any way you want to go. All right, I'm going to really quickly blow this dry. Salt wash dries from the inside out, but it'll dry very, very quickly. As with any chalk paint, or and then with the salt wash additive, if you add too much heat too close, you're going to start a crackling look. But sometimes that's also cool if that's what you're going for. Okay, well, I'm almost finished. Now the texture, really fun. Okay, so what I did is I just give it a real quick, a little bit of assistance so that it'll dry a little bit faster. And because I'm not really a crafter, I don't usually use a heat gun or a dryer in my projects, so I apologize, but I think that helped and made it go a lot quicker, okay? All right, my next step is, okay, we're gonna add another color. All right, hi Edith, hi Gail. I'm gonna add some Antique Villa. I am working with the bottom of the cans today. Kind of handy actually when you're doing some crafting like this. All right, and I'm going to just add some of the Antique Villa. Isn't that a beautiful white? Beautiful off-white. Okay, and again, I bring my parchment paper right to the edge. Now this is gonna look a little crazy for a minute, but as I'm allowing the rest of that salt wash to dry, we're going to have a little bit of fun with paint. Okay, and you can see pretty good, okay. Like I said, if I do miss your comments, I will check on those after the video. If I miss them, I apologize. And I didn't notice if Wise Owl was here, because if they're here, they are already answering my questions, your questions, sorry. Now I don't need to be applying it in a stippling action right now. I don't really know why I was, but I was. All right, and now we're gonna go over the fun part over here, the little keyhole. I'm grabbing onto a little bit of the chocolate, as you can see, but that is perfect for my next step, so not a worry in the world about that. It almost looks like I'm painting a cow right now, but I'm not. Okay, we're gonna do something really cool. All right, so wherever I didn't add my chocolate and my salt wash mixture, I am just throwing on some of our gorgeous Antique Villa. We have so many beautiful whites to choose from, so that's going to be the hardest part for you, like which one, because we have our Snow Owl, which is our brightest white, and then we have a variety of like cashmere and bone. Bone is a beautiful, beautiful white. A little bit of a gray undertone to it. Isles Ave is very similar to this Antique Villa. And it's one of my go-tos, that's for sure. We're almost there, and then the fun, the fun, the fun. I keep saying that, I hope you guys believe me. So far, you guys might be just wondering what's going on. All right, so like I said, I'm going anywhere and everywhere that I didn't already add the mixture of chocolate. I'm trying to be ever so careful not to get any on my table, but it is chalk paint, so if I do, it should be a nice, easy cleanup. If you're just hopping on, I have parchment paper in the areas covering the glass so that I have a much easier time with cleanup. It's just a little tip that I wanted to throw your way. Okay, boom. All right, well that was fun and it looks absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy, I know. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Shannon, for having faith. I appreciate that. It is, it's gonna be really, really cool. All right, so what I wanna do now, okay, I've allowed the salt wash to dry, not completely, but it's almost there. So I'm rushing it a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit. I'm gonna go one more step while I'm waiting because I'm very good at being patient with my salt wash. It's worth it. I'm gonna go with another color. Hi, Annika. Love that name. Love that name. I do. I think that is just one of the prettiest names out there. Okay, so my next color, I'm going to add a little bit of the most amazing color we have. This one. This is called Iron Oxide, and Chelsea Evans is the curator for this amazing paint color. And if you don't follow Chelsea at Apple Blossom Way, you should. I'd love to see you go follow her. She's amazing. But she's a lot like me. She loves to paint with texture and create different looks. And she does it with that iron oxide quite often and creates some really, really beautiful things. So go check her out. She is one of our amazing Wise-All retailers. Okay, I'm starting to play and I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. So I'm taking the iron oxide with my brush, and my hands are already full of paint. Check out what I'm gonna do now. Okay. Okay, you have a view. I'm gonna take my brush. It doesn't have a whole bunch of paint, but it is wet, right? And I am just going to start dragging, and I mean dragging. Let's say I am dry brushing with a wet brush. And I'm just grabbing on to some of that gorgeous, do you see it? Do you see this gorgeousness? Gorgeous salt wash texture. I can't really see this edge. I hope I'm doing a good job. Just finish it off with a little brushing. Okay, do you see that? It's pretty, it's so pretty. All right, taking some more paint, and I added the Antique Villa because I want some sections to be a little bit lighter. It's going to end up being a little bit more of just an accent this time, and I say this time because I just finished another one of these windows, so you'll be able to see a little bit of a different version both ways, okay? So I'm grabbing on to some of that Antique Villa that's still wet, slightly wet, and blending it in a little bit to the iron oxide, and that creates a fun look too. I love blending. And then with a little stippling action, I carry it on right through there. All right, and then dragging it through the chocolate. And through this chocolate. It's so easy. It just grabs on and it does its magical stuff. All right. I hate that noise. Sorry. All right. Putting some more on my brush. I'm gonna go right around here. So like I said, that step of the antique villa, you could actually skip that one. You could skip it. But it's still in there, and it's lightening up and doing its magic too. But I mean, yeah, you could get away with doing without it. You could, if you want. Okay, so far we've used chocolate, antique villa. All right, when the brush gets dry enough, just dust off that salt wash and just grab onto all of that textured goodness, and you've got some really cool stuff going on. Right? It's getting pretty. And then when I move this parchment paper, it's all gonna just pop and go. Okay, so we're gonna have fun. Right? And I just, like I said, I sure hope I'm giving you a good view. I'm trying. I need a little bit of parchment paper over here, so I just move it along. I kind of rushed through the parchment paper topic so that as not to bore you. That's not my goal ever. I want to teach you something. I want you to realize all the fun things that you can do and take it and run with it. Take it and run. Okay, so I'm just gonna start doing a little bit, just filling in the areas. Sorry if my hand's in your way. So glad you guys are here. It makes it so nice to have viewers watching and just seeing how much fun we can play with our Wise Owl paints. And I am going to be doing some glazes. And each step to me is fun. We're creating new things, new looks each time. Texture is an amazing thing to add to your projects, to your furniture. It just takes it, oh my goodness, it takes it another level for sure. Okay, so see right up here how that antique villa was still wet. So then it creates just a lighter version of the iron oxide. And what I'm seeing and what I'm creating here, just so we're following along now that it's materializing, we're creating a rusty look, okay? And it's fun. It's fun, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay. Just random places. See, like right here. See, that's wet. I put it on kind of thick. All right, and so I'm going to add some of my iron oxide. I'm going to go to the side. And I'm going to just blend it into that antique villa, and it becomes a lighter shade. And it's really pretty. And it's going to look so gorgeous with the paper that we used. Okay, if you're just hopping on, there's a gorgeous paper underneath this window, and it's one of the recycled decoupage papers. It's gorgeous. Add a little bit more of the antique villa because, like I told you, it's pretty, it's fun. Do a little brushing, see that? Just keep doing different steps. It grabs on to the texture and it creates a new look. And it's always good. I love rust. I love rust. Thank you. You might think I'm crazy today, but you'll like it in the end. But thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. I love to play with paint, and I love to just see what else I can do. And that's what I try to teach to all of my students and to my fellow painters, is just that don't be afraid. Just try something new. You'll be surprised. You may create a totally different look. You may come up with a really amazing paint color scheme that you had no idea you even had in there. That's kind of fun. I love when that happens. Pardon me, my hand's in your way, but I gotta get that tricky little spot. Okay, and so you can pounce your chalk paint without the salt wash too, and kind of create a different look. Okay, but if you can see right here, the salt wash is just magical. It does things that paint can't do by itself, so it's pretty awesome. All right, you see the spots that I need to cover up, so I'm gonna go through that. And my paint is drying, which is cool, because then we get to go on to the next step, and hopefully I don't need to use the hair dryer again, because that's not my favorite thing. I hate when you have to hear obnoxious noise in the background. I don't like it. And actually, it's probably not in the background because you guys are so close today, right? I don't usually have the advantage of having my camera so close to me so that I can see comments. Having fun. It looks like I'm just creating a really old window, right? Yeah, older than it was even. Who knew? Who knew I could do it? Hold it so maybe I got it at a right angle for you. So the color I'm using right now is iron oxide. It is our gorgeous rusty color. Works really, really good, as you can tell, as you can see, with chocolate. Okay, chocolate is our chocolate. It's our brown. It's an amazing, amazing color. So I'm grabbing on to everywhere that I kind of threw on the antique villa. Like I said, that was kind of a step that I didn't need. I could have done without, but I'm still going to add some more antique villa in a second. And then you'll see. You will see. The crazy brush is out, right? Alright, and a little dabby dab over here. Ooh, shoot. One thing you don't want to be doing, I got lucky. I was holding from underneath, so I'm holding onto my decoupage area. That wasn't very smart, but I didn't do any damage, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit, like I said, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that some of my paint is wet, and I'm also going to take advantage of the fun texture. So I'm going to go back to my Antique Villa brush. It has a little bit of iron oxide on it. All right, dab a little bit more. Work out of a tray or a container. Don't contaminate your paints like I am today, but I'm working out of the bottom of a jar, so it's okay. My cans are ready to go. All right, so that's wet, good. I wanted it wet. I want to blend in some color up there. Right. You can also add a little bit of water to your brush. Water really helps your, sorry, you guys don't have a very good view. Water really helps the blendability. It reactivates your paint. Okay, so you see the rusty craziness going on? That's what we're going for. One thing I want to avoid is anything that would look like a brush stroke. I don't want to have a brush stroke. Just softly, just letting the paints work together. All right, I like that a little bit, not love it, I don't love it. And then whatever I have left on my brush, I'm gonna grab on to the texture. I hope you guys can see now why Salt Wash is so absolutely amazing and why you have to have it. Salt Wash and Wise Owl paints. Boom, what else do you need? Nothing, you got it all. See the texture? So much fun. See that texture right there? I'm just gonna put my little parchment paper under there and I'm gonna grab onto that. Some of the coolest pieces were created by trial. You've got it, Shannon. Absolutely. Yes, all forms of amazing art were probably created on a whim, a trial, you know, probably wasn't a plan. Kind of a nice thought. So I'm just taking my brush and I am just like dry brushing the edges. So the lightest color is going to be my highlight. Again, that is our Wise Owl Antique Villa. Just giving it a nice subtle highlight here and there and everywhere. Creates a little bit more depth. Okay, and I'm working on a small project to inspire you to take this to a large project. Do it. Don't be afraid. Last night I was working on another textured piece on my page, and that was with another mint paper. Today we're working with recycled papers because they're both amazing. And it's the Texas Longhorn Steer, and it's got texture too, of course. Salt Wash, of course, of course. Okay, hi Karen. Hi Monty, how are you? Yep, all right. So that was kind of fun, but you can't really see what we have going on, right? So I'm gonna be nice and I'm going to move the parchment paper out of the way, and we're gonna play just a little bit more, but I don't think I'll need the parchment paper there anyway, so we're just gonna move it. So what I've created, and I could stop here, absolutely, and just be done, be finished, but I'm not going to, because we can take it another step and play a little bit more. But this is what we have so far. Kind of fun, right? Wouldn't this be some pretty wall art for a gift or for your home? Let's see if I can give you a better view. Nope, I can't. I tried. No, that's as good as we can do right now. All right, so close up your paint cans when you're finished. Otherwise, your paint does dry out. Like I said, these cans are pretty much done, finished. We worked with chocolate, we worked with iron oxide, and we worked with Antique Villa. And I want to add just a little tiny bit more goodness. So again, don't look at my paint cans or my brushes today because they are crazy, crazy. Thanks, Kim. So we're gonna work with, we have heavy metals. We have the most gorgeous metallics out there, and these are like one coat metallics. They are super duper 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 amazing. All right, I'm just gonna take one of my smaller artist brushes, and I'm gonna add a little bit of bling, but just a subtle amount of bling. You always have to take it one step further, okay? Okay, and this is our rose gold. We have copper, rose gold, mercury, gold dust, and pearl. And my very, very, very favorite is bronze. Okay, I'm gonna just work right out of the lid. And I'm working with an artist brush that's kind of very stiff, so it's absolutely perfect. Okay, and you can tell I use it for this quite often. I'm gonna just take my rose gold, and when I just start with a brush, okay, I like to go slow, and then I like to work my way out. So let's go over here, and I just want to do, oops, I just want to add a little bit of shimmer. Now we have gorgeous glazes and gorgeous metallics, which is, you know, you need those. You absolutely need them. The metallics you can use on hardware. Like, see this cute little lock right here? If you just lightly brush at it, you're going to get that metal and give it some detail. It was that easy. Okay, you can dry brush our metallics. Okay, again, just grabbing on to a little bit of that texture. I don't want to overdo it. I just want to add to it. Okay, and it looks really pretty over the iron oxide. Rose gold looks amazing. Okay, amazing. So we have our metallics available in 8 ounce. And what is that little fleck of paint there? And one of our most popular is the rose gold, gold dust. So now that is available in 4 ounce. Is that right? Wait, let me look. I always doubt myself. I think it's 8 ounce and 4 ounce. So the gold dust is available in the 4 ounce. Am I right? Anybody there to help me out there? Kim, am I right about that? My brain just went, hello, like that. It left. So I'm just dry brushing, again, dry brushing over that salt wash. You're gonna grab onto some really cool details, and you're gonna have more fun. So yeah, I could have just added this gorgeous decoupage paper to this window, absolutely. One and done, right? But I had more fun with it. I had more fun, that's for sure. And I created a completely different look. Okay, you want somebody to see your furniture or your craft and just want to go up and touch it and just go, wait a minute, how did she do that? Or he do that? I'm adding more there because I think I may have just completely missed that area. So I'm going to add some metallic to it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, I'm happy with this, super happy. Close up my container. I've added a little bit of bling. I've added a little bit of texture. Here's the bronze, isn't it? Look at, I mean, yeah, it's just pouring out of my container. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the shimmer. Crazy, crazy amazing. Thanks. Thank you. All right, here is my wall art, my window wall art. Super fun. I'm gonna move you guys back just a minute, and then I'm gonna show you another one I just did, so you can just see how you can take it different ways. Okay, so there's that. Turn off my light. Woohoo, yeah. Let the daylight hit it a little bit. See the shimmer? My phone just made a weird noise. That's the weirdest thing I've ever... Oh, it's not. It's outside. Okay. Super fun. Okay, so a little bit of rust, a little bit of glimmer, gorgeous paper underneath. Again, that's a recycled decoupage paper. Okay, I believe this one's Summer Bird. No, it's, yeah, Blue Winged Bird maybe. No, they're all on my website. You can find them. Okay, so there's that. And then this is the one I did right before it. And this one's just a little bit more subtle. I used a little bit more chocolate. Okay. I didn't use as much texture, but I did add some more glazes. And so I have two totally different looks going on here. And all you do is just add a little hanger to the back. You can use, you know, up at the top, in the middle, and you've got something fun going on. All right, so I hope that was fun. This one has bronze metallic on it instead of the rose gold. Kind of fun. All right, well, thank you. I hope that that was fun. I hope you're gonna go run with it and do something fantastic. I would love it if you would share what you create here on this Wise All Paint page. Would be amazing. Also, like I said, please join me over at Calle's ReDesigns on my page. And I do offer tutorials like all the time, but definitely Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central Standard Time, I am always working on a fun furniture project. All right, so I'd love to have you join me and say hi. Don't just visit and then not say hi. I need you to say hi. I'm wanting you to be there. All right. Thank you, Kim. You have a wonderful day too. And you guys go create. Get your creative painting on now. Thanks.